You know, we've talked a lot in this course already about bias and perspective and different things that we've looked at in terms of how I see the world, and how the way I see the world is likely very different than the way you see the world. Your green blocks, for example, are probably different than my green blocks. Although we may share a lot in common, it's likely based on your background and your experience, your education. You have some green blocks that I don't have, and I likely have green blocks that you don't have. Imagine what would happen if we could actually come together and share some of our knowledge. We would be more powerful than we were independently. We would call that synergy, right? One of the things that we need to consider is sometimes the way we see things, we can be so convinced that even the facts won't change our mind about things. I want you to take a look at this image here up on the screen. We'll play Family Feud here. Just say out loud in the group there what it is that you think you're looking at here. And I'll tell you what the number one Family Feud answer here is in a minute. Now, some of you may have said this is a gun barrel, or this is a razor ribbon. Some people will say a tunnel. We hear that quite often. The number one Family Feud answer here is spirals, that this is a series of spirals. And as we see that, you could see why that would be the number one answer. But here's the problem. There are no spirals on this page. In fact, here, I'll prove it to you. Let's kind of overlace these what appear to be spirals, and let's trace them out. So you'll notice here, I'll start on the third one up there from the bottom, and we'll just put a tracer on that, and we'll go around and we'll trace that particular line. And you'll see as that line goes around, it comes back down and it ends right where I started. Those aren't actually spirals, those are circles. They're perfectly connected circles. Each one of those are circles. And I've just showed you the facts. But here's what's interesting. I have in fact showed you the facts. But what do you still see? You see spirals. This is a misperception. This is being so fixated on the way we see it. Sometimes our brain will physically not allow us to get off of it, even if we see the facts in front of us. This can be played out when we have solved a problem a certain way so many times, and we just see the facts, and even though the context possibly has changed, our brain will instantly go to the easiest, what we appear to be the easiest, best solution. And then when we have one of maybe our young troops that's maybe more creative, they're not biased or myopic because this is a new solution process for them, they come give us some ideas, and they could even show us some facts. And here's something, sir or ma'am, that you're not considering or looking at. And we will have a tendency sometimes to, even in the face of facts, if it is disconnected from the process we want to take, we will not see how those facts actually affect our perception to make it a misperception. So there's a great lesson to take away from this. And it kind of goes back to this idea of being a humble leader. Be careful when we believe that we have the perfect perception, because sometimes, even in the face of facts, we will have a misperception.